Hey, we have Mateo on the call right now, and Mateo is a great guy. I met him out in California, and we connected. And I wanted to sort of introduce Mateo and share some of his experiences, or allow Mateo to share some of his experiences with working together. He entered one of my challenges a couple of weeks ago, and he's got some major improvements since then. So with that, Mateo, how old are you?
Hey Nick, how's it going? I'm 38 years old. I'll be 39 this August.
Okay. And you live in California right now?
I do. I live just south of Yosemite, and we're right in the center of the state.
Okay. And so before you entered the challenge, before you went through the challenge together, what was a typical day looking like for you? What was things looking like?
My typical day, kind of standard stuff. I had an early job, so I would get up really early, like 4:30 in the morning, rush off to work. But before I left, I'd throw some food in my stomach, have some like eggs and bacon and some vegetables, just to kind of get my breakfast going. Go to work, have lunch around noonish, and come back from home, um, have dinner around 6 or 7 with the family. Try to integrate some kind of movement throughout my day. I do some gymnastics programming for my body. Hopefully get to that before it's too late in the day. Otherwise, I'd start falling off the wagon, and I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't be very motivated. And then my diet consists of a paleo-ish diet. So I limit my grains, limit my dairy, my legumes. Try to eat a lot of more vegetables and good protein like that. Yeah. And just every day, just kind of do that. Try to get my food in. Try to get my movement in.
Okay. And before you joined the challenge, how were you feeling energy wise, and how were you feeling throughout the day?
Generally, kind of drained. I'd have periods throughout the day where I would almost fall asleep in the work truck. Actually, fairly fatigued, honestly. Wasn't really paying attention to my sleep as well as I should have. Yeah, I've had pretty big swings in energy and mood, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. And what made you decide to join the challenge?
Well, talking to you and getting all your enthusiasm, you're a pretty enthusiastic guy, and I really love that about you.
Thank you.
But I just wanted to try something different, like hearing you talk about your ideas about nutrition and movement and health, kind of changed my mindset about what is possible, because you are living proof of that what you do works. I wanted to be part of that, at least give it a shot and experiment with my own self, because perhaps not everything works for everybody, but it's worth my time to figure out if it works for me. And it was intriguing because a lot of the stuff that you're talking about kind of goes against this traditional thinking about how often we need to eat and what we need to eat and how we need to move. So I wanted to be part of that.
Okay. And then once you started the challenge, were you a little surprised? Was it things harder than you expected, easier than you expected?
I think the first day might have been hard, because essentially what we had come up with is just not eating anything before 11 a.m. And traditionally, like I said earlier, I would just get up in the morning and just eat something, regardless of whether I was hungry or not. And the first day was kind of a challenge because I didn't eat anything. I was home. It was an off day for me. So I made breakfast for my family. And it was a challenge because I was smelling all this good food I was making, but I wasn't going to be able to eat it. So I wasn't necessarily hungry. It was just like this hunger signaling that my body was getting because of the smells around me. But I actually enjoyed it because I found out that I realized that I was having breakfast and I was hungry for breakfast instead of just having it as a routine. So the biggest challenge was just getting over my mindset about, oh, I need to eat. I'm only about 140 pounds, and I've always been fairly light. And then one of my objections was, I don't want to be losing any more weight. I'm a small guy. I have relatively low body fat at 140, but I was concerned about that, especially because, I've been conditioned to just eat more. A guy my size needs to eat X amount of calories every day. And, there's this fear that I'm not going to have enough calories. I'm going to waste away. So It's probably the biggest one, but I haven't found that to be true at all. Now that we're in it, I'm not going away. I'm still here. My energy levels are great. So it's been a good process so far.
And since implementing these new habits from the challenge, how would you say things have changed? Have things improved for you?
Yeah, I think things are better, a lot better. My energy seems to be more level. My sleep habits are still junk, so I have that. I haven't changed my sleep, which could also affect the outcome of this experiment that we're on right now. So at least my sleep is being relatively the same, horrible amount of sleep, and so the baseline has not really changed. But I do feel like my energy levels are a lot better when I've been working out, maintaining my working out, my gymnastics. I'm still progressing. Actually, I should say that after the first few days of the IF, I started hitting my gymnastics even harder and being more consistent with it. And I've seen some better results. So I would attribute that, one, to just the mental change, and also two, to the energy level changes with the IF. My sleep I have better quality sleep when I do sleep. I've noticed that. It's been very encouraging. Now, if I could just get to sleep earlier, then everything would be better. But one thing at a time, right?
That's the next step to work on.
Yeah, that's a big one too. But no, I as far as being hungry all day, I'm not hungry all day. Like my energy levels, even my hunger signaling is kind of more natural now. I'm not just eating because I'm wanting to eat. I'm eating because it's not mentally wanting to eat. I'm eating because I'm physically wanting to eat. Like it's time to eat again. So it's been good. It's good. It's been really good, actually. I'm really enjoying it. So.
That was great to hear. And then as a family guy, as a busy guy, do you feel that this is something that you can continue long term?
Oh, for sure, because it's such a minor shift. Not having breakfast in the morning actually saves me like 30 minutes because I don't have to spend all that time preparing and making food. No, it's actually easier to do than having the extra meal in the morning, so to speak. It's totally doable. And my son, whether he should or not, he's only 4 3/4. He doesn't want to have breakfast until I have breakfast, and so it's like my wife. Yeah, it's funny. So it's totally sustainable. I don't foresee myself going off of this anytime soon, like if at all. So very simple.
That was great to hear. Well, I'm glad that you were able to come in. We were able to meet, and that you're feeling a lot better, and I was able to help you out. But with that, I guess I will be talking to you on our next call, and we will go from there. Okay?
Sounds great. Sounds
All
great.
right.
Thank
It's very nice to have you on the call today.
I appreciate your time. Thank
Right.
you so much.
All right. You're very welcome.